Go ahead.
Okay, welcome back to Rise of the Runelords, the game that we're playing. We are here. Dungeons Done Quick. We've been tasked by the sheriff. Made deputies. We've been tasked with investigating a murder scene. Ooh. And yeah, so you went to the boathouse where the murder has taken place, and there's a crowd outside of onlookers, and there's like two guards trying to like keep them away and being like, "Hey, no, keep your kid away. Hey, what do you do?"
I mean, I guess Ryan tries to just disperse the crowd with her big size.
You walk towards the crowd. Is this like diplomatically? Are you trying to scare them, or are you just trying to like fascinate them away?
She's just gonna like. It's like if a very large person just trying to move through a crowd. They kind of have to try and make way for her.
Okay. So you start moving through the crowd. People like get out the way. They're like, "Oh, okay, yeah, apologies. Oh, sorry." And the rest of your party can follow in your wake, splitting the sea.
Are we
And
going to the place where the murder occurred?
yes, the boathouse is where the murder occurred, and moving the crowd out of the way, you did succeed. Oh, I do believe someone succeeded on a check last time, and I cannot find it because I don't know. But okay, that's fine. Someone, let's ignore last time. Someone give me a knowledge local check.
Going right in.
Not it.
Well, I guess let me throw open the Zek. Like some sort of hatch door, I will throw open the Zek. Hold on. Use no leg local.
Yes.
No leg. All right, no leg local.
Mm-hmm.
Ah.
As you pass through the crowd, you get close enough to overhear a few things, and you get to understand. Oh yeah, you do remember, of course. And like looking at the mill, looking at the people, you know the mill was running last night. It was working. And you remember talking to some people who knew the operators and like owners of the mill, Haka and Thorn. And have a look. I'm not sure. Yes. Yeah, he's an operator. Yeah, the both of those are operators of the mill. And yeah. So you know, like who probably would be working at that, and the mill was working last night. It's a lumber mill, so it splits lumber with big saws. You head towards the entrance. A guard outside is like, "Hey, stop there."
I show whatever
Um,
papers the chief gave us that allows us to investigate.
you show your papers, and the guard is like, "Oh,
Papers. Yes.
okay,
Papers, please. Glory to us,
That's-
Storka. Yeah.
that's
All
fine."
right, now that you know we're allowed in, tell us who did it, or I'll throw you in the ocean.
Pontus.
Oh, damn, oh,
Pontus.
fuck. Oh,
Pontus.
oh,
Pontus, why are you
Hello.
like this?
oh,
If I
can
ask enough people that question, someone's gonna answer.
Yes,
can I
but are
get,
they
like-
going to answer because they know, or are they going to answer because of the fact that they're scared that you're going to throw them in the ocean?
I wouldn't know. Oh, no. Oh, no.
I
Right
know.
then. Upside
Oh,
one.
I bet you did it. Classic.
Pontus is gonna throw that guy into the ocean.
Oh, please
Oh,
don't. Please.
Because Freya's not here, I'm gonna smack Pontus upside the head.
Oh,
One.
To like reach over into the water and pick this man up.
you helped the guard out of the ocean.
why did you throw him in the ocean?
Because I said I would.
Well, you don't need to follow through with everything you promised.
No, you didn't. No. You asked him to tell him who did it. He said you. He did what you asked him to.
Yeah, no, you
Yeah,
did
but
it.
that
That's not a satisfactory answer, so you did it anyways.
He did what
Thank
you asked him
so
to.
much.
It's
Mhm.
fine.
I
We
might have
an
to
act-
be a little more specific then.
I don't know who did it.
Okay.
It's just whenever someone does that, I've heard the stories. It's always the person who asks.
This is
Fucking
It's-
stupid.
not a story, but I understand. I guess
Well,
understand the logic.
I'm just pulling on what I know. Okay.
I understand. You know what? Fair enough.
Right
Okay.
then. Pontus is going
That's
to
good.
walk over to another person.
I'm gonna grab Pontus by the back of the shirt and drag him back over.
No. Let's just go investigate the actual scene. Let's go.
Starts
to the
asking
actual
people in
scene.
the crowd.
I'm investigating.
Yeah. Here's the thing: we need to actually look at the actual scene of the crime before we just start throwing people in the ocean.
But I suck at that.
Congratulations, you have other people like me, and probably I don't really. Yaga does probably.
Pontus
Maybe Ryan.
pouts.
Listen, the throwing people in the ocean part that we are gonna get to that, but let's do the actual looking at the thing, and then we'll do the throwing people in the ocean. Is that good?
Fine.
Is the crowd still like here?
Oh yeah, they're like curious, like some people are like rubbernecking. Some people are just like gathering because it's one of the only interesting things they have had this week, aside from the theater, and it doesn't hold everyone. Like there's a thousand people in here. In this
Ryan
town?
can see if like she can look over people's heads and try and see anyone that's looking suspicious.
Oh, there's so many people who look suspicious.
Hmm.
In fact, in response to Pontus's statement, a mother announces, she's standing up front. She announces to Pontus, "If I did it, I wouldn't tell you."
All right, gonna throw you into the ocean then.
You don't have the right.
She got you there.
Who's gonna stop me? Also, I have a letter from
I
the
am.
mayor. Right then, Pontus is gonna try and throw her into the ocean.
He's trying to stop Pontus.
Yeah.
Hold on.
CMB.
I want you to understand.
CMB plus your grapple bonus if you have one.
I believe I do, but we'll find out.
Mm-hmm. Nice. Okay.
Please stop throwing
Um,
people into the ocean.
Oh, that's percentage, not slash.
Woe, ocean be upon me.
Pontus.
Yes.
You have to drag her. She is very resistant. It takes like quite a bit to pull her over to the ocean. A crowd of people pushes you off.
That's fine. Pontus just swims back up and climbs back onto the docks.
We're not throwing more people in the ocean. I swear to the gods above, please.
The lady protected by the crowd of people, especially her children, who are kicking you, laughs.
Even though I rolled a 24 or a 26 actually,
Yes.
I wasn't even able to get her into the water.
You have encountered a level 4 NPC. The thing about crowds of people is that they are more powerful than you.
That makes sense.
If you want
Pontus
to
will
assert
sulk
your
by the crime
authority,
scene.
if you want to assert your authority, you can do that.
No,
But-
Pontus will sulk by the crime scene.
Yeah. But yeah, you did encounter level 4 mom, so apologies. I had to make
What
it
kind
fair.
of NPC is that?
Well, she's a level 4 expert mom.
What
Yeah.
what bonus does that give her to CMD?
It gives her +2 from BAB, and then +3 from strength, and then +1 from dexterity, and then +2 from having a feat.
And plus 27 against Pontus's bullshit.
And then she is aided by a crowd.
Hey, so I'll be right back. But literally, I don't expect any of this, and I don't expect an answer right now. But I cast detect Trina's presence within, so I can see the crowd. That's it.
You notice Pontus.
I'll be right
You
back.
definitely notice Pontus. I'm gonna have to scour the book a little bit. I'll tell you if there are any fiends. But meanwhile, you had 5 leads. Do you remember them?
No, because it's been many weeks.
Okay. Many weeks.
I think I wrote down the words in the notes.
Mm-hmm.
I did not. Well,
Okay. That's fine. I will tell you the... Oh, wait. Hada's not here. I will wait till Hada's here to tell you the 5 leads. But while we're waiting for that, you may enter the lumber mill at any point. The guards will let you pass. Yeah. It is a...
No, she's off tomorrow. She's cooking dinner for you tomorrow. She works Sunday. She's walking cars tomorrow night. I'm taking her car.
It's a well-built wooden structure with very thick walls. The roof is of wooden shingles, and the doors are simple timber and unlocked. The machine has been disengaged from the wheel in the water. So yeah, there's multiple pieces of machinery in here. But yeah, as you walk in, you can see this. And there are some points of interest. Where in the mill do you want to go?
Nowhere. Pontus is finding a nice corner to sulk in.
Okay. You find a nice corner. You sulk.
None of you have ever read Rayman. You don't know how detective work is.
No, but honestly, I don't think anybody else is willing to do it, except for maybe Buletta, but, that's a different story. Okay. So, what is, like, the actual, like, so, like, so this is the location where, like, the actual crime occurred, right? Like, the actual, like, murder scene?
Yes.
Okay.
If you
So,
want,
like,
you can go directly to the murder scene, but there's also like the timber pier, like other places.
is there like a map for this place or nah?
There's no map for this place. They did not
Okay.
make a map for this place. They made a map for a different timber mill somewhere else.
Yeah, makes
but
sense.
they did not make a map for this place.
Okay.
So we're using this.
I think let's just take a little look around and let's just see if we can find anything out of ordinary, and then we'll work from there.
Okay.
That sound good to everyone?
Mm-hmm.
I love the Pontus has read Rayman.
The Rain Man.
Yes.
It's Batman, but underwater.
Yeah.
Oh, Rayman, oh, okay.
Yeah, the Rayman.
Like a manta ray.
Yes.
I was gonna say Rayman Raving Rapids, but I thought
No.
you said Rain Man.
No, the manta ray is the Rayman's like villain counterpart. Half ray, half merman.
Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy. I'm back.
Welcome back. Yeah. Do you so where do you want to head? Like, do you want to investigate around this area?
I didn't get anything from detecting this presence, did I?
You did not.
Okay, I didn't
I
think
do
so.
know. There's like, you get like one person in the crowd who's like, "Oh, sorry, that's just my cursed watch. Sorry." And like, you know this person. They've had that cursed watch since the beginning. They always ping. It's annoying, but that's fine.
It always says it's 6 o'clock.
Yeah.
It always says it's 6 hours, 60 minutes, and it just 66666, even though that's not possible.
Yes. Absolutely. It has a way too many like measurements on it. It's a very intricate clock.
It's like the time to duel clock, but with sixes.
Yeah. So immediately as you enter, there's a terrible smell. It smells of marsh. It smells of river. It smells of death.
That smell worse than Pontus.
Yeah. And you enter the mill first, right?
I think so.
I think that's the plan, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we entered the mill.
Okay. So inside the mill, the interior is coated with sawdust, strewn with footprints and splashes of blood. And you can tell that Haka's body, the body of a woman, a suspicious axe, and this terrible smell are like the big things here. I don't know how descriptive I should be about dead bodies, but this is
I'm okay with it.
I'm fine.
Okay. Where do you want to start? What clues do you want to investigate first? And tell me how you do it.
Looks like she would kill with an axe. Lost the accent there.
So here's the thing: you say suspicious axe. Where is this axe?
So, a hand axe is embedded in the floor near the log splitter, as if it's been dropped there. The handle is covered with bloody finger marks. And do you examine it?
Yes.
A close examination of the head reveals two things of note. First, smears of what look like rotten flesh and fragments of bone are caked on its blade. And second, the rotten meat stink is strong on it.
You say rotten?
Yeah.
Oh, that's not good.
Yeah.
Oh, that's really not good.
You, who's there? Is anyone else examining the suspicious axe?
Pontus isn't right now.
Yeah, Ryan's doing something else.
Okay. So you should make me a fortitude save.
Just for being near it?
Yeah, it is. You are examining it. You're getting in close and taking a good look.
Yeah, I'm not touching it yet.
No.
I'm just sorry. I'm reading through my spells because I had an idea, but it doesn't look like I can do it. All right, fortitude. You said.
Yep.
Hey, guess what? I'm a paladin, baby. Yeah.
Yeah. So, you like power through it. You do not want to take a second sniff. Well, maybe you do, and you just want to power through it again. Damn, that could be that. That's nauseating. Ugh. Not the condition. But like, ugh. You don't want to sniff that. So yeah. That's the axe. Is there anything else you want to do with it? And I also say most everything here has like knowledge checks or checks that you can make to get more clues.
1 second.
It's very in character.
Water went down the wrong pipe.
Yeah.
So am I to because I believe that you have read forward and understand what everything's supposed to mean, right? Am I to imply...
Oh, not too much.
Well, am I to imply that the rotting meat on the axe is not from these victims?
Who knows?
Well, they shouldn't be rotting
You haven't looked at them yet.
Yeah, but it's been less than 8 hours.
Yeah.
Bodies don't start to decay like that to be like rotting flesh in less than 8 hours. They don't do that.
Yeah.
So I'm presuming that this rotting flesh and whatnot is from something else.
It starts immediately, and
yeah, it starts immediately, but it's not like
there is a stench from the bodies.
Yeah, but like in
Absolutely,
6
there would
hours,
always
you
be.
don't go from like, oh, they're dead to, oh god, I'm gonna be sick. You don't get that far. It takes weeks to decay.
Yeah.
To really get to a point of like true decay. They should not be that way. So I'm inferring that way that this flesh on this axe is not from these people.
It does also depend on their wounds and what they ate.
Yes, but from the way you described it, this should be brain matter and skull fragments. It should not be smelling like rotting flesh this quickly.
Rotten flesh and what looks like rotten flesh and fragments of bone caked on its blade.
Yeah. So.
Hold up. Has anyone seen this? Has anyone seen this bint the day before?
The mill was running last night.
Ask around? Do you ask around?
Not right now, but Pontus will say, no, I mean, was she seen around before the murder? Because she could have been killed a while ago and just put here.
That is a good question. I think
Someone else who has charisma should ask this, because Pontus is still smoking.
So we do know that the mill was running last night, and one of the victims works in the mill. So at least is she the worker in the mill, or is the other victim the worker?
No, another worker often runs the mill with Haka.
Okay, so Haka is that the woman?
No, Haka is the man.
Okay, so he almost certainly is freshly dead, but you are correct. She could have been killed somewhere else. Does anyone want to investigate the bodies?
That's what Ryan was doing.
Okay.
Pontus is actually staring at the bodies. But continue.
You know...
Eat a Snickers.
Yeah.
You know that Katrine is the same name as your good friend. Sorry, I have to open. Sorry, it's been a while.
Oh, do we know Katrine? Have you met Katrine?
So just last night, you saw Shalis and Ven at the bar. But that was before this would have taken place. Shalis Vinder and Ven Vinder. Ven Vinder almost... Wait, no, that was 3 weeks ago. Sorry, 3 weeks ago. Shalis' sister, older sister, is called Katrine.
Does she look like Shalis?
Yes.
Fuck.
And you know that when you saw Shalis and Ven in the bar, Ven it was implied that Ven had gotten close to or a little violent with one of Shalis' friends over a misunderstanding about her activities. In fact, then Vinder is the merchant, runs the general store. is the only suspect that the Sheriff Hemlock gave you among the 5 clues.
Yeah.
The sheriff is fairly certain that Ben is innocent and that the murders were committed by someone else. However, he is a suspect. And a few other clues, like the lumber mill is a clue. Ibar Thorn, the man who discovered the bodies, is a clue. You should probably interview him after. And there are some murders before this. This is not an isolated. Well, this is not the first murder recently, but a few days ago.
Bodies were found to the south in a farm shed.
Yeah.
Or barn. And once the person survived, the bodyguard survived, and is currently at an asylum for a mental break.
Yeah, absolutely. And then there is the rune, a star-shaped rune carved in one of the victim's chest.
Right. I have a question, but I can't ask it.
Mm-hmm.
So this would require me asking the god chief, who isn't here.
You can go get him.
Can we say nebulously? I can talk to the chief.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you talk after also.
Was the murder weapon from the Bond murders ever found?
I don't think he has that information right now. I think that is something he would ask you to go investigate. Go talk with those people.
Question. That axe that's here, is that like a wood splitting axe?
It's a hand axe. It's not like a big wood splitting axe. It's a hand axe for chopping branches off.
Yeah. So it's a tool. It's designed to be a tool, not a weapon.
Yeah.
Okay.
It can be a weapon.
Yeah.
Hand axes are used by barbarians and other.
Yeah, but an axe designed to be a weapon and an axe designed to be a tool, it's slightly different in design.
They're weighted different.
Yeah, they're weighted differently. Yeah. So I think we may have found the weapon to the Bond murders.
Because that was like a couple of weeks ago, wasn't it? So that would be rotting and stuff.
Yeah. That would be getting to the point that the smell would be bad. If we find the weapon that happened in the Bond murders, we may have found a weapon to an older murder that has happened that we haven't discovered yet.
It is very likely also that the axe came from here. This is a log splitting.
That's fair, but an axe could also be found in the Bond. So that's I'm trying to determine where this axe comes from because that can be important.
Yeah.
Rhyme.
Yes.
Can we cut to Rhyme to have Rhyme investigate the bodies?
Rhyme, what are you doing?
Well,
you don't have to investigate the bodies, but what are you doing?
Yeah, I think.
Yeah.
Rhyme is skilled in medicine. She knows what she's doing.
Zach can also assist with an autopsy because Zach is good at that. He's good at heal.
Yeah.
Rhyme is going to investigate these bodies and see. First off, she's gonna see if the autopsy report was accurate.
There's been no autopsy. There is in fact no surgeon has investigated these. The idea of you would go get a doctor to look, but the forensic medicine has not been
this isn't
exported outside of major cities. So this is a great idea that you are coming up with, but nobody has done the work before you.
I guess it'd be Yeah, I guess it'll be Zek's job to see what they can find then.
Mhm.
I guess I can describe what I'm looking for and go for it.
Yeah. Shall I describe? Shall I describe like one body at a time?
How many bodies are we working with?
There are two bodies, Katrine
Yeah.
and Haka.
Okay. Yeah. Give me a
Neither of
word
these
picture.
bodies are like fully rotting, like it would be on the axe, are they?
No, these are recent, assumedly.
Well,
These
I
are.
just hear it from Ellen.
Sorry, what?
The like none of these bodies are like fully rotten, are they? Like it would be from the axe.
Could you fully what?
Rotten.
Yeah, as you examine them, you don't find. Let's start with one. Which one do you examine first?
Who was it that might have been done at a separate occasion and brought here?
the woman, Katrine.
Shayla's sister.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll do that one.
Yeah. So, poor Katrine. Um. So you go down to the mill's lower floor, and amid heaps of bloodstained firewood, you find her remains. By her body is a pale-faced, obviously upset guard, standing to attention. And you can tell that she had gone through the log splitter above, and then gone into the woodpile from the floor above. And the log splitter is powered by a water wheel and consists of a chute in the floor with rotating saw blades that cuts logs as they are fed in. It is horrible. And she died to one of the most efficient ways of killing someone, or one of the most efficient ways of dying in this town. The machine just does not stop. It's literally mechanics.
So the first thing that I'm thinking of is that's bullshit. I want to me as a player. Ryan doesn't think that. Me as a player, I'm thinking this isn't the way that she died. This is the way that someone's trying to cover up the way that she died.
So I was actually thinking. Sorry, I didn't want to step on toes, but I actually have an idea of how we can quickly determine this. Not quickly, but a way to determine this. Look for binding marks around her wrists and ankles or anywhere else on her body. Because if she was tied down, she was conscious and thus killed here. If she wasn't tied down, it is possible she was killed somewhere else. But if she was killed somewhere else, the blood would be different. But that is a level like I almost certainly the small boy's gonna have to do something.
So
you understand why the village is not allowed to even get near inside.
Yeah, Ryan explains to Zek what she has thought of maybe he didn't die here, maybe he died in another location, maybe she died in another location, she was brought here, put in the thing for some sort of disposal or a way to cover up the actual way that she died.
And yeah. So
okay, yeah, I'm just gonna turn noise suppression. All right, noise suppression. You not being very helpful because I've been saying things. Okay. So I guess so. So that's the first body. What about the second one? Was the second body similar, or was it more like?
So, yeah, the second body, Haka's body, has been is in a horrible state. He has his body is affixed to the wall by several hooks, normally used to hang machinery. It also looks mutilated.
Are we talking? Are we talking like impacts? Like, are there like? Are we talking like hammer, or are we talking more like bludgeoning? Or are we talking more like he's been a sword or like a bladed weapon of some sort?
By something bladed. His face, especially mutilated. And again, warning, I can skip over some things, but this is the murder horror part of this adventure, and
I legitimately have no problems.
Skip over as much as you want.
Yeah, and no, I will. If everybody's fine with it, I'm going to probably ask some questions about his face. So about the face, in what way are we talking? Like, oh, it got like slashed up, or are we talking like, oh, it's just been like, or like abrasions, or like stuff like that?
The face has been carved away, and the lower jaw is missing entirely.
Yeah, no, that's obviously deliberate. The main that's likely deliberate.
His bare chest is defaced as well, bearing a strange rune in the shape of a 7-pointed star.
So you say he was hanging from the wall by hooks, right?
Hooks normally used to hang machinery.
What build is this man? How built is he?
He is a strong worker. I can, in fact,
if he works at like a sawmill,
yeah, his main stat's probably strength.
He's probably a strong boy.
He does have a reputation. You can ask the town about that, but I would definitely look up his.
Because my first thought is, if these hooks are unmoving, then it's probably going to be more than one person that has to lift this guy into the air to pull the hook. Either that,
agreed.
or a guy with a lot of bulk.
Yeah. So I got another thing.
Benny Haka. He
look at his hands.
You're not sure if he was attractive, but he could have potentially been conventionally attractive. He's like a strong worker, and people like those often. But yeah, no, it doesn't look good right now.
Okay.
I'm putting way too much real world logic into this.
And I got a quick question. This is a good determiner of a situation. How freshly, in terms of freshness of the carving in his chest area, does that seem like a ritualistic sort of thing? As in, this is something that someone carved into him, or does it look older? Because that can
this looks fresh.
Okay.
About the same time as any of the other injuries. You guess, and
we know what the 7-pointed star is.
Yes, that it is
some sort of rune cult, like some one of the fucking Sin boys, probably.
Skin saw cult.
Yes.
Oh, saw! Fuck.
Yeah. So the Sahedron rune.
Yeah.
7 star.
Real quick.
We never actually got an answer about the woman's hands, if they were bound or not.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So you do examine her remains, and you find her hands, and it is.
We don't need the ropes. If she was bound, there would be markings. So that's what we're looking for.
it does not look like she was bound.
So she
Alright.
was dead before she got here.
Well, not necessarily. She may
Maybe.
have been unconscious, but if she was bound, she was alive. So we haven't ruled out that she wasn't alive, but we've ruled out that she was conscious.
All right.
Oh,
So,
at least it doesn't look like she was bound anytime recently.
yeah. Next question.
Mhm.
Does this guy have any pockets or like any stuff in any of his pockets or like anything that would be the main thing is the main
Yes.
they left us notes, so I'm wondering if they're gonna be cheeky and there's shit they're gonna leave us because it's like, haha, we're murderers, fucking find us. I want to see if they left like some sort of calling card besides like the literal carving in the chest of the guy. Like, did they leave any like hints or clues or anything of that sort?
So, a guard informs you that pockets are definitely one of the places that they found the notes. This guard wasn't there to find the notes, but yeah. And but otherwise, you find like 2 copper.
Yeah, I'm not moving that from there. I'm not moving it into ours, that's fucked up. Is there
A
anything in
smooth stone.
just a completely smooth stone?
Like
Yeah, the thing someone would collect, like a bad stone or something
Yeah,
like that.
that's okay. That's normal, probably.
Yeah.
Weird question.
Mm-hmm.
This is gonna sound weird. Is there anything in this guy's boots?
Ooh, good.
Like
You
any like weird, or is it just like, oh yeah, they're just boots, or like is there like anything, or is there anything like slip? Because here's the thing: if they're going to leave anything that wouldn't be caught in the first time, there's always like weird places people can hide the stuff on a person's body if you know what to do.
So you look in his boots, and you examine them, and you can tell that these boots have been wet before, but that was not last night.
Yeah, they're like slightly damp, but not like wet recently. So
Yeah.
and it wasn't raining recently. So
Well, you look inside, and the nice, like the nice inside has been like slightly stained by water, and like they're like,
yeah.
oh, the
So
perfect rain boots that we make, that you drow make. You obviously never get anything inside of them because that would stain the inside, which is why you keep warm.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's likely that, I mean, obviously, considering that he worked at a sawmill, and considering that mills are near water, he likely had to tread
Yeah.
through water or mud or something like that. So that's reasonable.
Yeah.
So he was likely treading water or mud before he got
No, they're not damp.
slammed.
They're
They're not damp.
completely dry.
Yeah, okay. So I mean, it also depends on how long he's been here too, because that could affect the drying period. But that's not the thing.
You don't imagine he was in water.
Yeah,
At least,
if he was submerged in water, I would have noticed like his clothes might have been damper, more damaged, or something like that. So it's likely just casual work.
I have a question.
Again, like, I sorry. If you want me to, I can avoid putting too much extra detail into things, like mundane things that would just be true, and just mention the things that will lead you to the thing.
Yeah, I guess just what's like the most poignant details, I guess. Because like if it's like, if there isn't anything explicitly that stands out beyond like his face is missing, he's got a thing carved into his chest, which is the skin saw cult or whatever.
his body has generally been harmed with something bladed.
He's also missing his jaw, so like it's likely this guy put up a fight.
So that was my question. We can find that out, but I was waiting. Look at his hands. If he put up a fight, his knuckles are gonna be bruised.
Yeah, like, are is his hands injured in any capacity, or does it like
He may have been caught by surprise, though.
Yeah, depends.
And
not his hands, because like the main thing about his hands is that like he's a working man, so like he likely has calluses and stuff like that. We're talking like bruises and shit.
Yeah, you
Does he
look
have
at his
defense
hand.
wounds?
You look at his hands, and he does have a bruised knuckle or two.
Okay, so
he may have put up a
he
fight.
might have punched some people.
Yeah, that could be from punching someone, or it could be from punching the wall. It is extremely unlikely that there would not have been a murderer. But yeah, so there are signs of struggle.
Okay, I was gonna say, because we can like kind of take a stab at how long ago he got those bruises, because when you die, your blood stops flowing, unless the bruises wouldn't have changed. But yeah, if he has like defensive wounds, because it's more than just bruising, then yeah, he put up a fight.
Probably
not a very big one from his hands.
I mean, this is like a guy who works at a sawmill versus like trained killers.
He was probably overpowered by numbers.
Yeah, likely. But let's. Okay, so missing jaw, got a lot of wounds, has defense stuff, and there doesn't seem to be any implements or anything sticking out of him, right?
There doesn't seem to be any implements sticking out of him. The body is only recognizable as Harker's by a faded tattoo of a raven across his lower abdomen.
Oof.
Does that have any particular significance, or is that just like, yeah, that's a raven tattoo?
It's a raven tattoo that he is to have.
Okay. Yeah.
This may be just a thing that I'm thinking of, and it may not say anyone in the book, and you can straight up tell me that this has no relevance, but from where he is hooked up, can he see what's her face?
No. He can see the sawmill, however, and the log splitter, and he is on the floor above.
So he would have seen her go in.
Likely.
Unless
he died first.
Yes.
Yeah, unless he died first. Okay, so another question, it's more about the environment at this time. So, like, are there any particular blood trails or, like, any particular places where there seems to be a lot more, like, violence going on? I guess is the best way to say it. Hello? Ellen had to be. Okay.
Yeah, no, I'm fine. I'm just polishing my nose.
Yeah.
So yeah. So you look around for trails. Give me a DC 10. Sorry, give me a survival check.
God damn it. Not good at these.
If anyone has good survival, let me know.
I have good survival.
Ooh.
Yeah.
You know that a desperate struggle took place here several hours ago, Zach, and Prime, you know that one set of prints in particular is not only barefoot, but reeks of rotten meat.
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was investigating the axe.
Yes.
Because I'm just focusing on the axe at the moment. There would be droplets of blood going from where they came from to where they dropped the axe. Where is that coming from?
You cannot tell.
All right.
Yeah. There's too much blood. You are not a crime scene investigator. Well, you are now, but the industry has not developed, and unfortunately, you cannot tell. It is near the log splitter, so there's too much spray. But good call.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hey, person with medical advance. Can you see if his jaw was moved post or pre-mortem?
During mortem, give me as you ask this, do you want to like investigate his body medically?
Yeah, sure. I just don't have I mean, I have a 5 in heal, but it's not my like I know other people have better skills than me.
I can take it. I can take a crack at it if you need to heal.
Okay. Yeah, heal or Rhyme can also do herbalism.
I shall do.
Yeah, but Rhyme's not here.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow, that's kind of piss.
Hey, you're early levels. It's fine. So you can tell that jaw was removed during death. Or very close after death.
Yeah, it was likely the cause of death in the first place, because like that's a lot going on there when you do that sort of thing.
Yeah. You also examine the body further, and there are additional wounds you've not seen before.
Can I also use detect magic, by the way, to see if like there's any like particular like traces of anything, like curses and stuff like that? I just want to make sure.
You do not detect any magic for now that you're not already aware of.
Yeah. Anything I would detect is probably from any magic items that people are wearing, but not on him or the girl downstairs. Okay.
No.
Gotta make sure, you know.
So, the several additional wounds, unlike the deeper slashes on the body, these smaller gashes almost seem to have been made by claws.
Yeah, they got like the rending quality.
Oh
like,
god, I just had a terrible idea.
And you hold up your own hand. You get someone over to hold up their hand. It seems like either a strange bear, or a 5-fingered human-sized hand.
I would like to make a religion check.
Can I also make a knowledge, nature, or religion to see if like there's any creatures in this area that like match that description?
Yes, absolutely.
Knowledge, nature, or religion? Which one would? Nature, probably. Well, nature or local, probably. Those are.
Both.
I'm
I'll
low.
do. I'll do nature.
I'm low key panicking. Because this is. Oh god, I think I know what this is, and this is not good.
Yeah, give me both.
Nature and local. Interesting.
No, and also religion.
Oh.
Yeah. All three are good.
Okay, yeah, I rolled.
Yeah,
I rolled religion. I got a 17.
I rolled the nature. I thought you meant both, so take the nature. I got a 31. I got big number.
Give me a religion check.
Oh, me too. Oh, yeah. No,
Yeah.
religion.
Can I roll nature? Or is it
Sure.
only religion? Okay, my nature's pretty good.
Religion. Fuck.
Oh wow! I actually. Oh, for once I'm higher than Enzek. All right, cool. Can I say what I think it is?
Pontus, you're done sulking.
Oh, am I?
Yeah.
Is that up to you?
It's blood and violence.
Are you sulking out of character?
I was slightly.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Because I do kind of think that that was bullshit. But no, Pontus is very heavily focused on the bodies.
Okay. So with the yeah, okay. It would be nice if like you were here to participate.
Pontus can't really do much here. Like, what would you want from him?
Participation? It's okay. It's okay.
He can't. He can't investigate a crime scene. He's not capable of it.
Okay.
Because his wisdom is shit.
Okay.
Actually, I have a thing that
That's
Pontus can do. So I have a question about why Pontus is looking at the bodies.
Out of character or in character?
Out of character. Like, in character, I've noticed this. Out of character, I'm asking. Is it what I'm thinking it is?
Pontus craves sentient flesh.
Yeah, okay. So, funny thing, there is... The taste of meat changes depending on how long it's been dead?
The problem is Pontus has eaten rather little meat. He's eaten mostly fish.
That's fair, but it is something that Pontus might be able to tell us, because we don't exactly know when this girl died.
He'd definitely be willing to give it a try, but there's a guard right there.
There's a guard right there.
I'll distract the guard if you're willing to take a little.
Well, you'll have to tell Pontus this in character.
Yeah. Alright. So, okay, I'll get to Pontus in a second then, but that's my plan. Can I say what I think it is based off of the pieces of information that we have in my 17 religion, and then you can tell me the information that you think is viable by a 17 religion?
I can say what it is. Has the knowledge to think it is.
Okay.
But do go ahead and
out of character.
Out of character.
I think it's a ghoul. They have claws. They stink of rotting flesh, and have a level of intelligence that allows them to set traps.
In character, both Yagadas and Zach, Rhyme, you figure There are many natural things that have claws. It could
Looks
be
down at
some.
hands. Claws are natural, right?
Yes, they are very natural. Be some sort of fae or hag. Could be. You're not quite sure. Zach and Yagadas, you go over like various options. Could it be a bear? Could it be someone in town? Could it be some sort of? No, it wouldn't be an outsider. You're the only outsiders here. And you eventually come back to the horrible stench and the axe. Because that stench is stronger near the claw wounds, and yeah, and that's the stench from the rotten meat and bone on the axe. And you figure that you identify the lingering stink of corruption as something that as beyond that which a dead body can normally produce. The axe was likely used within the last 24 hours against some form of corporeal undead. You're not quite sure.
Why use the axe, not the murderer? The guy used the axe and tried to defend himself with it.
So you probably don't want to touch that rotten flesh. You don't know how undeath works specifically. It's not your specialty. But yeah.
Do I know? Now, maybe not about this specifically, but do I know that ghouls, much like Pontus, desire the flesh of sentient creatures?
You can take a guess that something's up with Pontus.
Oh yeah, Pontus. I've been seeing you think other thing, but out of character, I know that about you. But ghouls have the same rule. They desire the flesh of sentient creatures.
In character, oh man, there's so many corporeal undead.
That's true.
They all want the flesh of sentient creatures.
They want the flesh of man.
Yeah. I'm just like zombies, but zombies on like whoever did this has a level of intelligence, right?
Yeah, no, whatever.
So which definitely
basically
lowers the amount of undead creatures it could be.
Yeah, the main thing is that that's more of a later concern. The real thing is if we know it's an undead, or we are aware that an undead creature attacked, that means that it's either we're looking for an undead creature or we're looking for someone who knows how to do necromancy. And that narrows our search down exponentially.
But it also means that we are in far more trouble than this is just a murder.
Yeah. So, because that means that the main thing is that it's actually kind of brilliant because it's like, hey, I'm gonna have a corpse kill someone because guess what? It's a corpse. It'll die at some point. Or if it's undead, then whatever the case may be, we're likely looking for someone who is undead or someone who knows how to do necromancy and force undead to do stuff like that.
Yeah, also, yeah.
Both, and we're fighting a lich.
Yeah, it might be both.
No, a lich wouldn't fucking... Probably not. But
yeah, but there are undead that can make more undead. Ghouls are one of them. Ghouls can create more undead, and they're intelligent enough to know that.
Yeah, they are. This is true. So let's just say our current story right now, as far as we understand, is one or more ghouls or potential undead or a ghoul or a living person killed 2 people in a sawmill. One of them with a bladed weapon that caused a bunch of carving stuff, and the other one, which was assumedly got mutilated using a saw, if I remember correctly. Is that the way to do it? Or by the mill
The mill.
in question.
The sawmill.
The mill.
Yeah.
Yeah, the actual like wheel that does the turning.
The
So
log splitter.
Yeah. This is
the log splitter.
Yeah,
Yeah,
this isn't a mill; it's a sawmill. So
sawmill
yeah.
specifically.
Yeah.
Okay, so that means we we know what the murder weapon. We know what
Ooh.
what technically the murderer/murder weapon was, which was a pair of claws and likely some sort of bladed weapon.
Slight
Potentially.
problem with our theory, though, of it being
Mhm.
ghouls. There doesn't appear to be any bite marks.
Well, that's the reason why I'm thinking it might be a necromancer specifically, because it's sort of like, why would you wrong? There's also the fact that this is also meant to send a message as well, because it's like, hey, these messages 4 to 5 different letters were sent to us, so like we need to keep what.
Okay, no, okay. So hey, do you remember the wording of the letters?
Yeah, let's take a look at
Give
let's take a look at that.
yourself to the pact, and it shall end. Join the pack, and it will end. Ghouls are not often solitary creatures; they travel in packs.
Yeah, that might be a very large issue.
Ghouls have a stunning. Oh my god, we're in so much trouble. If it's ghouls.
No, we don't know. We don't have enough evidence to conclude that. But if it is that, that's pretty bad. So I don't know if there's anything else we can really do here, except for maybe look around like the floorboards and see if like there's maybe any like scratch marks along like the floor, ceiling, or the walls or something like that from like damage from to like the mill itself.
Real quick. Hey, Eli.
Yeah.
Does Yaganus know that you eat flesh now? Is that a thing that was brought up at some point? Because if not, I don't think he'd think of you eating the flesh to see how old it is.
I'm thinking. You know what? Yeah, you know that Pontus eats flesh because Pontus is a pretty open book. In fact, it was probably you all that had to get him to shut the fuck up about it.
Fair enough. Alright, Yaganus goes over to Pontus and like brings him over. I'm not gonna whisper this, but in character to whisper, like, hey Pontus, do you want to see how old she is?
Am I gonna know that, asshole? She's dead years old now.
Well, no, I mean how old the body is.
How am I gonna... Pontus's pupils dilate as he realizes.
No.
Just a little bit, alright?
Yeah, just a little bit. Got it.
Please.
I'm gonna look over at Freya to make sure that she makes sure you only have a little bit.
I'm not going to lie. I'm gonna kind of take a pause for a second here. I was going to say maybe not.
Maybe not. All right.
Maybe. I mean, the main thing is that I definitely say maybe we should have zero here when that for that sort of situation because
Yeah,
it's
that's
like
a fair point.
because like that sure is a cannibalism.
Yeah.
Technically,
Yeah,
well, not
is.
cannibalism, but like because Pontus is
Cannibalism.
It's effectively cannibalism. It's a sentient creature eating another sentient creature.
Yeah, the question. Yeah, that's fair. Technically, Shaylan has no issue with it. I'm sure she's against it, but there's nothing in my doctrine that specifically states that.
Hey,
yeah.
Pontus. Do you have scent?
Oh no!
As a matter of fact, I can.
This is-
See, if you do have
And-
scent,
This is
you
both
might
good
get a
and bad.
trail.
Yeah, this is both good and
Mhm.
bad. Because
So not only do you have scent, you have special smell. You
Oh, I do?
give me a check to attempt to identify, like you usually would, or like you now are able to. How recently something has been killed?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's
Okay, that's
really
I
good.
mean, you have a
Look,
thing that
you-
depends on how recently.
do I?
oh, that's
Don't you?
true.
Is your hunger not that?
My hunger isn't that I need to eat people, it's just that I crave it.
Okay.
It's like flesh is a thing that can be
No,
done.
you also have a thing you can only gain magic if you.
Yeah, that's vampiric and that's blood.
Okay.
But that would tell
Let
you
me
if the
see.
blood is old.
Yep, that's true. Drain the blood from a helpless.
Yeah, because I mean it's dead, so like.
So, can I try to drain blood from it if I'm actually allowed to do it, which I don't think I'm going to be?
You can at
But
the very
no.
least smell.
Vampire doesn't have anything about dead, I think, because you're not supposed to drink dead things.
Hmm. You have a very good smell. Do you want to roll survival?
See, this is why I was complaining about this, because I'll roll survival. Better than I expected, but still, I've got a -1 in it.
Hmm.
And it's one of the few skills I'm not proficient in.
Yeah. Okay. Do you have a better skill?
Do you have heal?
Perception.
No, heal will not be better.
Just-
And perception will not be better, probably.
Okay.
Pontus is extremely bad at
Let me look at your
noticing
skills.
shit. So go with their 13.
What,
Okay.
do you have a
So-
profession?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, but you do get a +8.
All right. From
I'm
the
pretty sure this is Pathfinder rules.
scent.
You get a +8 to stuff like this.
I'll look that up.
You can look it up.
Yeah, Pontus would be smart enough to transform into his abarganation form and see what he could smell.
Yeah, because you do have scent, and scent is the relevant thing here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I imagine
with
that
that,
the guard is just, ugh.
ugh. Okay.
I no longer inherently trust you.
Creature with whatever. I'll just toss you the scent rules, and you can see if there's anything relevant for you there.
Alan's free to go with the scent rules because Ven has scent and has used that to
Yes.
fuck with me on multiple occasions.
Yes. Also,
Yeah, it's
go on.
yeah, it's either that or like you get a lower DC for following tracks, which both are, I would say, relevant here.
Yep. Because you did say the footprint smells of rotten flesh.
Yes.
There's also a barefoot footprint,
And
which
the-
is almost certainly the ghoul.
and the claw wounds and
Yeah.
the little remains on the axe.
To clarify, we have not yet confirmed it's a ghoul, but I will be calling it a ghoul until we've clarified what it is, because otherwise saying
Yep.
the suspect, it just ghoul is easier.
Some ghoulish creature.
Yeah. Oh, that yeah.
Pontus sniffs at all of that.
Okay.
When he sniffs near the bodies, he does everything he can to not drool in front of this guard.
Stomach growl.
Yep.
Okay.
Pontus should learn how to make haggis.
True. Okay, I guess you don't get a +8, but you do get a way lower DC.
Yep.
So that's fun. Okay. Now. Oh no, you do get a +8. +8 creatures' scent special ability have a +8 bonus on perception checks made to detect a scent. And you are detecting a scent. Here we go. Here we go.
Yep.
This is great. Okay. So yes, you do sniff, 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 sniff. And you find that the body itself has died last night. Absolutely.
Which body?
Both bodies.
Okay, they died last night. Got it.
Yeah, so they weren't killed somewhere else and brought here. Alright.
They died here last night.
Why was she here?
Actually, is it okay
That's a good question.
Is it okay if I get not safe for work and kind of gross?
I'm okay with it.
Are you suggesting a Romeo and Juliet thing?
How graphic?
Pontus wants to sniff their crotches and see if they smell similar. Okay, I won't.
There's a less graphic way of doing that. Just smell them in general and see if they smell like each other.
Yeah.
All right. Pontus will do that. Do they?
Yes, but not recently.
Oh. They probably would.
Oh, actually, no. Yes, but the day
because
before
they've got
yesterday.
Their blood all over each other. Oh,
yeah.
The day before yesterday. Interesting.
So she was probably coming to him, maybe either interrupted or before they got to do anything, they were attacked.
Give me a perception check, Pontus. This is actually very relevant. I'm sorry that it's relevant.
This is why I was sitting and smoking, Ellen.
Yeah, but if it's smell, you get a +8 to it.
Yeah. Yeah, no, so okay, so that's
okay.
9. That's just a 20. That's just
you did it
so far.
So you can tell that yes, these two have indeed been
fornicating before.
Yes, in this mill, in fact.
Oh, this is their hideaway spot. Well,
for a long time.
For a lot.
I bet this is what Vin was angry about.
Maybe.
He found out.
Yeah. Ooh. Yeah.
I bet he feels so bad right now.
Oh, fuck. That's a double layer of just fucking awful. Jesus.
He was very angry at the idea of his other daughter possibly being approached by people.
Yeah.
Or possibly being engaged in such acts.
Yeah, I imagine he felt bad for that, but that means his last moment with his daughter was him yelling at her and being upset.
Yeah, no, there's just a lot of shit.
He's going through
wow, this is fucked. Jesus. All right. Well, That's
I didn't think we needed to
relevant
say this, but
information.
fuck this cult.
I mean, I don't think we need to say it because it was already assumed. But okay, so that sets up the situation actually quite well in terms of like what was likely going on. Because I'm not going to lie, if it's kind of the perfect time for them to do that in terms of attacking them, because like fucking come on, it's a sawmill with a loud ass saw, possibly going off in the background. It's far away from everyone
no
else,
one's gonna think
and
about it.
considering what they're doing together,
Well, I mean,
like
it's
it's a
right
pretty
here in town, but
Yeah,
it's far
I
away.
mean, it's out of the way from
It's out of
most
the way.
normal people.
Yeah.
The thing that made it a good hookup spot, unfortunately, also made it a good murder spot.
Yeah. And now, yeah, it's unfortunately good at both things. And so and we know there's a supernatural element because of the claws. So at this point, I think we know what our potential next investigation might be is we need to figure out if anybody in this town is a necromancer or not.
No,
Or
here's
is undead.
here's what I think our next step is. Like,
Mhm.
I think we need to interrogate Ven. I don't think it's them, but we need to talk to him and Shayless.
We need to see what the last interaction with
But like
the daughter.
even before that, what I think we do is we take Bloodhound Pontus over here, because fucking Christ, and track that smell wherever it goes out of this building.
Yeah, because like it's fresh, so that means that this is probably the prime time to like go look for stuff.
If this town has a sewer system, I bet you dimes to dollars they're in the sewer system. If they're not, I bet you they walked into the water and then left.
Being a god-awful demon, goblin, undead bat thing has its perks.
Yeah.
Being
there's so many descriptors in that.
I think Pontus could be best described as a freak of nature, probably.
How would you describe Pontus? A thing.
Before this started.
Yeah.
He was so normal, and then he wasn't.
No, he fucking wasn't. He wasn't normal. He talked with eldritch beings.
He was normal. I mean, he still does, actually.
Yeah.
But that's normal.
At least.
He could pretend to be normal.
It's just
a jackass, but a normal jackass.
You know what? You know what it is? It's like, how would you describe Pontus? You just do the hand motion from Incredible Mr. Fox for weird, for different.
Yeah. He's a guy. He's that guy over there. So we know that. Let's bloodhound that. And I'm also going to say, I'm gonna take a moment to BRB. Deliberate. I'm also gonna do another thing. Hold on.
Okay.
Didn't Mooney get back yet?
Oh, I've been here. I didn't realize you guys were waiting for me. I'm sorry.
No. We won. But
I was
like,
just wondering.
Yeah. Because like Pontus, not Pontus, Polaris is BRB too. So I was wondering who and whatnot.
So.
I've just been doing this.
So
we'll need to leave soonish.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So thoughts?
You're definitely. I'm guessing you're definitely on the right track. There's ghouls, and are ghouls out of character? Are ghouls sentient?
Yes, incredibly.
One, Pontus is gonna have a fucking field day.
Notably though, they can, if they have not eaten in a long time, can go feral and must attack the nearest living creature. But otherwise, they are intelligent enough to set traps and even create communities.
That's not going to be a problem for me. But anyway.
Weirdly, I know a lot about ghouls because, Bellamy was a ghoul.
That was what I was about to say.
Yeah. Oh, fuck. Okay. So, so...
Polaris is still away.
Oh, are we pausing?
I don't know.
I'm good to pause until. Oh wait.
Here's the thing: if we pause here, Polaris may not get back until time at which they have to leave.
Yeah. Okay.
So, the question is, do we want to take the chance of stopping here, or do we want to keep going?
We are close to the end of the sawmill, though is a little more. There's like 2 more clues. Big
Oh, okay.
clues. But up to y'all.
Well, I'll be with you, Ellen. I would love to know about those clues, but I probably have forgotten, but I don't know where else to look for said clues.
That's okay. You were literally doing the thing.
Yeah, you did fantastic, Hatter.
No. You were like, the thing you were doing is the thing that would lead to the next clues.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, yeah. You did. I think we all did our contributions to the effort. I think.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
I
here.
hope I was relatively useful.
Yeah. Since you're here, let's go ahead and try and get that for at least.
Yeah. We'll finish the sawmill. Before.
Yeah.
Is that okay?
Yeah, no, that's fine. So I mean, I'm assuming it's going to be done pretty soon anyway. So like,
yeah, it's like two more like clues. Okay. So who found the barefoot reeking tracks earlier?
Well, Pontus has found it now.
Pontus has found them now.
Yeah.
But,
I think it was. I'm just gonna say it was probably Inject.
That makes sense.
Yeah, could also be Rhyme. Pontus,
Rhyme's
you
busy folding herself into this building.
Am
I wrong?
You're not wrong. However, this is probably one of the few buildings that is actually big enough to accommodate her size without any problems.
Fair point.
I need to become medium.
You just gotta get in there. Gotta go through the loading dock. Yeah, gotta go through the loading dock.
Gotta go through a loading screen.
You follow the reeking of rotten meat barefoot footprints onto onto the timber pier. So outside, there's the timber pier, and this is where timber is delivered to the mill. And the pier extends into the Tarandarok River. Yes. Do you all want to make perception or survival checks to investigate?
Perception.
Yes. However, mine will be to aid Pontus.
Oh. Okay.
Well, I think Pontus is good.
Yeah. Yeah. With that aid, you're beyond 30, and also, natural 20.
We cancel each other out.
Both checks are relevant.
I just don't think.
And you're perfectly average.
Yeah, that's the second time I've rolled a 10 today.
Rhyme, are you good at survival?
I am.
Go ahead.
I will roll survival.
We step out into the dock and we see like 3 pairs of eyes just staring at us from the water. I think we found him.
Holy shit.
That would be
21, 10, 10. Wow. We just got the full array of great, horrible, average. Look at that.
What's actually even better is that Pontus gets a +8. So that and mine is an assist.
It's scent related.
Oh, if it's scent related, fair enough.
Oh, it absolutely is.
Yeah, so you are pushing 30, my dude.
So you follow, perception checks. You go out to the pier and you see. You investigate. You reveal a set of muddy, smelly footprints that lead from one end of the pier up to the mill itself.
I mean, at this point, you gotta kind of wonder what the guards were doing. Like, did they just not investigate the scene at all before we got here?
No, it's likely that we're the most trusted people in this town, and considering they're not magical people. They're individuals who most mundane activities involve patrolling the city. They're not.
I'd also say they don't have the stomach for this kind of stuff. I'm gonna be real with you.
Yeah, no. We're only used to this because, like, if you remember back all the way back in the fortress, like, we we saw some very bad things, and we were relatively unfazed. So they just might not have the stomach for it.
Also, I remind you, as I said before, it seems that we are all unique and above the more common man. So, eh?
The, I mean, no.
I don't.
Always below. I'm always in the ocean.
No. I mean, our skills seem to. Fate seems to bend around us to allow things to occur. The gods themselves seem to want us to succeed.
Oh yeah, I've got buddies.
Ugh.
So, Rhyme, you investigate, and of course, with everyone's help, Rhyme, you investigate, and you find that a barefoot, human-shaped, human-sized person or something clambered up from the mud under the pier, crossed over to the mill, crossed the pier over to the mill, and then scaled the wall to an upper floor window.
Oh wow, they climb like that? Well, I guess they have claws. They can climb pretty well.
So,
With your height advantage, you can definitely oh, okay, up here. So the entrance point for this is an upper floor window, where the upper floor is also where Haka's body is, and where the
it looks like they entered through here, and you said that that was where the bodies were. That they just climbed into the place.
Yeah, this is a 2-story building. As far as I know. I might have something wrong, then fuck me. But this is a 2-story building. There is a log splitter up top. And that's where the logs get split, and then they go down into a big pile. That's where Harker's body was. That's where Katrine was probably died. Since she went through it. So yeah.
So, a question that I have right now is, was this a random attack or were they targeted?
My guess is gonna be random, or if it was targeted, it wasn't because of, who they are, it was because they're, just in a place that's good for attacking.
I don't. At this rate, I don't. I don't think it'd be possible to tell. But until we look at the bond, because if there's a correlation between the two groups, then that might be reason to target.
Mm.
But I think we don't
That's
have
true.
enough right now to guess.
Mm.
All
Which
I know is that some undead douche was involved, and those two were fucking.
That is actually a relatively apt assessment of what happened.
Yeah.
And that they came from the water.
I called it.
Oh, does Pontus smell that?
Yeah.
Ryan deduced.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, goes from Pontus mode that the tracks go from one end of the pier, like over here, to the mill. And Rhyme deduced that the tracks also go underneath and up to the second story.
Do we not see tracks leaving
Leaving the mill
building?
out front, or
Well, in any
from any other
direction.
side?
In any
Yeah,
direction.
you walk around. You walk around the mill. So at some point you can't really. You would have to step into the water. You can't really get there, but you walk around the other way. You go, and you don't find any other like reeking tracks from there.
How did they escape? Maybe they didn't.
That's a good question.
Is there any way that they could have escaped from inside the sawmill?
Yeah, there's possibilities, yeah. Oh, hey!
Points to the water.
I actually
I
have
mean, I was also going to say, since if they are ghouls or undead, they likely could just either crawl or phase through walls, depending upon the flavor of undead.
Yeah,
So,
if they're ghouls, they can't phase. But I don't think they need to
but they
breathe.
can. Yeah, they could come through the
Hey!
water.
Pontus! Guess who also doesn't need to breathe?
Well,
He
he
does.
explicitly needs to breathe. He just can breathe
The water.
underwater.
Yeah. And guess what? Scent travels better in water than it does the air.
Yeah, there's a reason why fucking sharks are able to
Sharks.
smell things from like 5 miles away.
We may not be able to
Freya confirms.
if they came from some like a hidey hole somewhere near the pond.
Yeah,
They
you'd be
had
able to track it through the
you'd
water.
be able to track it through the water, Pontus.
Yeah, no, and the
Pontus will
main.
dive into the water.
Pontus, you
Well-
dive into the water.
And immediately get attacked by 3 ghouls.
Yeah, sounds
Don't
about
make
right.
jokes. Don't make jokes.
You
Don't
find that the riverbed is muddy, and that you are in the mill pond. Mill pond is also
Filled with trees.
kind of a marsh.
It's fine.
So like there's a marsh over here. This is Mill Pond. There's mud underneath the bridge. You can't find tracks, but you do go around and you do smell for that smell. And down here, you smell yourself quite a lot. Rotten fish.
Makes sense. But
Rotten
Pontus is
fish.
kind of used to his own smell because that's how smells work.
Yeah, but like you haven't been like, have you been in the water a lot in the downtime?
Fair point. Not very much.
Mm. So you get used to your own smell quickly. Oh, that's your own smell. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You're looking for another rotten smell.
Yep. Rotten meat, not rotten fish.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's a distinct difference. They're both not pleasant, but still.
Yeah. And you look around. Give me a survival to track down a trail.
I mean, we could just follow him.
Oh yeah,
Didn't-
Yagares is trying to follow
the-
along the edge of the pond wherever he thinks.
Yeah.
Did the nat 20 do anything?
Oh, yeah, okay.
Because I don't think we got to that.
Well, yeah, the nat 20 did something. You succeeded, but also I'll give you something extra. Yeah, okay. Give me a survival anyway.
Okay. Hope my luck doesn't run out on this one.
Also,
Uh-huh.
Okay, my luck hasn't run out. What were you saying, though?
Ryan makes an air bubble around the water so that she can just walk under the water.
Hell yeah. You do it.
Oh,
Nice.
yeah, fair enough. You know, I follow Rhyme.
Yeah. The ground is muddy, but you freeze it as you walk, unless you don't.
She'll fix it.
Rhyme is objectively more hygienic than Pontus. Literally everyone is.
And Ryan grew up in a literal shack in the mountains.
I mean, the main thing with Pontus is that he's cleanly in the water because the water washes away most of the stank. When he's on land, he smells awful because, there isn't water.
And also, he wears torn up ancient pirate clothes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree low key with you. I imagine the water smells like rotting fish pretty much all the time.
Yeah.
It smells like a normal pond, normal marsh pond.
So full of algae and shit.
Yeah. You follow you try and follow the smell. It's like it's a river. It's washed away, but you investigate anyway. Maybe it's stuck to something. So because you follow this, yeah, where do you want to? What kind of directions do you want to investigate? Party and Pontus. Rhyme and Pontus. Since I assume the party is following Rhyme. I will like. I just wanna like hear. I will give you.
I think Rhyme's just gonna follow Pontus's lead.
Okay, Pontus. What kind of direction do you think this trail might have come from, or lead to, or come from? Do look at the map.
Okay. Let me have a look here.
Mm-hmm. You're in the pier here.
Okay.
The water.
Well, I'm guessing they would want to be not near the crime scene. So, and also, it'd be more effective. There's nowhere for them to go downstream, so Pontus is gonna search upstream.
Okay. You search upstream. You get to the bridge. Yeah, you sniff around. You see, is there anything on the shores? Is there anything underwater? And you do find yourself expanding your search area. And you get a hunch. Natural 20, you get a hunch. Upstream, not a ton of clues. But I mean, you could follow that stream. Maybe you will. Maybe you will take it inland later. But now you search around the marsh on the other side of the river from the mill. and you lead the party over there, and
I didn't realize that upstream didn't cover that.
Oh, the marsh? Over here?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Sorry, is that what you meant?
No, I'm being a little bit of an asshole, but I assumed that Pontus would get everything in the lake before swimming far upstream.
Okay, yeah. Pontus attempts to get everything in the lake before swimming upstream. The rest of the party make me a perception check as you follow Pontus around this marsh.
God damn it. Oh, wait, never mind. I rolled that twice by accident because I double clicked. My bad. Okay, it isn't horrible.
Okay. So the three of you, with your powers combined, and also Zach, making the DC. With your powers combined, and also Zach making the DC, you look around and find a relatively dry. Actually, you have to kind of get on Rhyme's shoulders to look over the water. But yeah, you find a relatively dry spot that bears a number of barefoot human tracks and a lingering stink of rotten flesh. And Pontus is also there. Pontus followed the trail here. Or at least like the lingering radiance of this smell that's stuck to this part of the marsh. Pontus, give me a survival check to investigate from here, since the terrain has changed.
Damn, I'm just having to make 1 billion survival checks.
Yep.
And I continue to get
Holy
very,
shit.
very lucky.
And you still have a plus
yeah.
8. Holy shit.
Oh yeah.
Bloodhound
Like I said,
Pontus, what the fuck?
Yeah, I'm getting super lucky here.
You find that the tracks lead from and into the river, but never away from this relatively dry spot on the other side, in the marsh. And
how do you mean never away?
Never inland, only into the river.
Okay.
The spot, you also notice, the party is hidden by several low banks of nettles. But as you look out to Sandpoint, it offers a perfect view of the mill to anyone who might be hiding here. The citizens of Sandpoint, some of them like wave over to Rhyme, who is not hiding here.
Rhyme just waves back. Hello.
They're like, "Yoo, yeah,
I'm in the water.
Tall
you doing
lady.
good? You okay?" But yeah, so like nobody has left this spot inland or on land, only into the river.
So they come from the river, sit in this spot, watch the mill, and then go back in the river to go to the mill.
Maybe, but since I didn't sense much upstream, they might be hiding downstream in the actual ocean.
Yeah, well, they might not be in the ocean. I mean, there's still Boggy Creek, Sandpoint Harbor, and the Sandpoint Bridge. All that it can be. Like all they need is like a 5x5 foot hole in the side of the bank, and they have a place to hide because they don't need to breathe.
Good point.
Mm-hmm.
But at the moment, we're clear on there's somewhere that's not here in this river, but they spend a lot of time in the marshes.
You know what building just recently became abandoned and is right next to the water? What the fuck was his name?
Fuckface's house?
Yeah, The Kajitsu estate, because Amiko doesn't live there.
I mean, she does. She has a home there, but she mostly lives at the inn.
Yeah. So and
Worth
no,
investigating, at
yeah,
least.
and her father's dead, so no one's really there taking care of the place.
Yeah.
And that's right on the water, so they
Yeah.
could be there too. So there are
They
places
might
we
have
need to watch.
servants, but
Oh
again,
yeah.
someone could just, sneak around.
Well, yeah, well, the question is, would the servants stick around if no one's paying them?
Yeah, query that.
She inherited her family's fortune.
Okay,
Would
that's
she
fair.
continue paying them?
For now, yes.
Okay.
Alright.
Yeah, I think
I do not know if they have servants. I have to read on the house.
that's right. I think we should like investigate the outside near the water real quick, see if we spot any tracks. If not, then we can fuck off. But that was just an idea I had.
Definitely worth asking about. Yeah. Also, I will note, I have not read the entire book, but I do know what generally happens.
Okay.
So yeah, you found. What's up with the spawn?
I'm
What's
sorry,
up with what?
I do not know who you were referring to before. Well, that person, I don't know who they are.
The innkeeper.
Oh.
Yes, her father recently her father recently died, and she didn't live at the estate because they had a bad relationship.
He was a bitch ass and he deserved it.
He was not a good person.
I see.
But so that means that it's quite possible that the place is vacant now, and they might be using that. But it's a long shot, but we should investigate nonetheless. But we have lots of places to look. Yeah, I think this place is they came here to look at the mill. So either the mill was the desired location to kill them, or that man was the target.
Or they could have just been looking for someone to kill and that they've just noticed and were waiting for people to enter the mill alone.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That the mill was the target. Like whoever they could get inside the mill.
So yeah. So your final thoughts about this, and then we'll end the session.
Pontus's final thoughts. I'm
yeah,
gonna
like
fucking
what?
eat that cool.
Yeah, like basically, what do you think happened here?
Those are Pontus's thoughts.
Mm-hmm. Or have you basically said it?
Basically, yeah, I've said my piece. That's what I think happened. Is that they're using this spot isn't where they hide, staying. This is where they were watching the mill because either the guy was the target that they wanted to kill, or the plan was to use the mill as cover, and that guy happened to be there.
Polaris, do you have any thoughts?
Sorry, hello. Thoughts are there's cult shenanigans. They basically these two were, doing what they did in the sawmill, and because it was far away, they got murdered because the cult in some capacity wanted to find easy targets in order to somehow connect it to us and somehow make us seem like the criminals in the situation.
No,
as far as we're aware.
No, I think I still disagree with that. I think they were like not trying to frame us. I think they're trying to call us out.
I mean, whatever the case may be, they wanted our attention or involve us in some capacity.
Well, they're gonna wish they ain't got it.
And they're likely doing so as either a join us or a we're going to kill you, whatever the case may be. and it is either someone who is people who, like you're saying, looking at the map, the forest is fucking huge, and we did not travel through the forest. We we traveled along the coastline, not within the forest itself. So they're likely somewhere within the forest, probably, or the marsh rather. Is the best way to put it.
Well, so our tracks, the tracks always came from the water.
It always came from the
They
water.
didn't go in the forest, so
they have to be in there somewhere. We never
They
been
have
in
to
there
be
before.
around there somewhere.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna be, because I was reading those notes again. They're all like, join the whatever, and I think so. I think they're like trying to involve us and get us to join whatever weird culty bullshit they're doing.
I'm already a member of a cult, thank you very much. Pontus wouldn't
Anyways.
actually say that, but
Yeah,
it's
he
true.
would.
Final thoughts, Rhyme?
Meow? I don't know.
Meow.
Meow.
That's great. Yeah. And that is today's session. You did find so many clues. You've put together a good crime scene thing. And
A little sad we didn't go to Shayla's, because I wrote a song about it.
You will next time
Yeah.
On Dragon
Rise
Ball
of the
Z.
Runelords.
Yeah, we started a little late.
Yeah.
Oh, real
Thank
quick.
you, everyone.
This may not be in character, but I do not want Pontus to be super antagonistic to Ven. He's going through some shit right now. Please don't.
Well, he hasn't had the opportunity yet.
Yeah. But considering you have been like, hey, tell me who did it. I'm gonna throw you in the water.
It works in Rayman comics.
That's
Don't ask how they have comics underwater.
Okay, but like, we are almost positive he didn't do it, and he just lost a child, and the last thing he did with that child was have an argument with her. He's probably not in the best state of mind.
You'll probably have to tell Pontus that in character, but I'll tell you, that's not his major plan for when we meet Shayla's.
Okay.
Yeah.
Meets Ven.
Your dick.
Your dick.
Oh, he knows plenty of songs like that. But thank you all so much for playing with me. Thank you, Ellen, for DMing, and thank you, Hatter, for being our substitute recorder.
Thank you all very much. It was very interesting and fun to investigate things. I apologize we put Pontus in a corner for a little bit, Eli. I'm sorry.
Y'all didn't put Pontus in a corner. Pontus went there on his own.
Yeah. You put them there yourself.
just staring at bodies.
Yeah, it was also primarily because that was bullshit.
He's gonna eat the evidence.
Assaulting the villagers. Sometimes doesn't always go.
But with a roll of 9, that was bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
It happens. It's fine. Probably. I mean, realistically speaking, you were throwing a lady in the lake. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay, that's fair. She probably should have gone in the lake.
I didn't expect Pontus to keep doing that for very long before people tell him to fuck off and stop him.
You would have been absolutely funny is if you threw her in the lake and we just walked away, but she never came back up.
No, she has children.
She has children.
Yeah.
I will say,
but
she was the lake.
Yeah, she was the next victim of the ghouls, and we didn't even realize it until it's too late.
Yeah, but you made it so I didn't throw her in.
Yeah. So just maybe don't.
I can't see how people would push me in without also pushing her.
Oh, that's fair. Okay, then she fell in the lake. That makes sense.
Yeah, I to be honest, that's what I originally thought had happened.
Yeah, I
Both of
thought
you
that
fell in
too,
the lake.
and I would have been more okay with that.
Okay,
I
very understandable.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Then Recon, both of you fell in the lake. She's very upset about
Yay, my petty point has been won.
it. Mhm.
This is completely unimportant.
Polaris, didn't you have to go do something?
I do have to go do a thing.
Yeah.
I am going
I'll
to
stop
stop
recording.
now.